Imagine reading a message from your closest friend, a brilliant researcher, stating, "If I am found dead, I did not kill myself." Recently, that exact chilling digital footprint has been left behind by some of America's brightest minds. Take the case of one highly decorated US military general, a man deeply involved in advanced scientific research. One morning, he simply vanished from his own home. He walked out without the prescription glasses he needed just to see, yet he made sure to take his sidearm with him. These digital warnings and deliberate preparations suggest something far more targeted than a string of random accidents. It appears these individuals were bracing for a confrontation they saw coming. In just a matter of months, a total of 12 state-of-the-art US nuclear and space scientists have turned up dead or gone missing entirely. The sheer velocity of these disappearances is forcing mainstream American media to sound the alarm. Anchors typically focused on domestic politics, like Laura Ingraham, are now openly broadcasting warnings about this lethal pattern to the public. Historically, the United States is accustomed to seeing rival nations lose their top researchers to covert operations, but a mass casualty hunt targeting American talent right on US soil has no real precedent. The domestic defensive perimeter of the world's most heavily guarded superpower has been breached, leaving the nation's most valuable intellectual assets completely vulnerable. But this shadow campaign is crossing international borders. If we look at China, the exact same operation is tearing through their ranks. During that identical 2023 to 2024 window, top Chinese engineers, specifically those working on hypersonic missile technology, began dropping dead from sudden, incredibly aggressive illnesses. Parallel execution methods are surfacing as well, with other Chinese geniuses being wiped out in highly suspicious, abrupt car crashes. This chart reveals the true scale of the crisis. When you map the abnormal spike in researcher deaths across both the US and China during this tight timeline, you reach an impossible number: 20 to 22 critical scientific minds erased globally. Geniuses don't simultaneously succumb to spontaneous diseases and synchronized car accidents. The statistics point directly to a calculated geopolitical algorithm of elimination. To understand how effective this strategy truly is, we have to examine a nation that already understands the devastation of targeted intellectual sabotage: India. In 1966, Homi J. Bhabha, the brilliant physicist laying the foundation for India's nuclear program, died in a highly contested commercial plane crash. His sudden removal immediately paralyzed the early stages of India's nuclear ambitions. Fast forward to the dark window between 2011 and 2015, where a focused wave of assassinations resulted in 11 top Indian nuclear scientists dying unnatural deaths in just 4 years. India's history suggests these waves of elimination efficiently cripple a rival's defense capabilities, bypassing the need to deploy troops or declare a physical war. This timeline maps the strategic reality of a high-level scientist. Notice this massive 40-year block representing the staggering investment to forge a genius mind. Compare that buildup to this narrow 15-year slice, their brief peak technological output before age limits their contributions. In conventional warfare, you bomb a military installation, and then the enemy simply rebuilds it in a few years. But you cannot mass-produce a human genius on an assembly line. A single, untraceable assassination effectively erases decades of a rival superpower's technological advancement overnight. Back in the present-day United States, the federal government is scrambling to stop the bleeding. White House officials and intelligence agencies like the FBI are urgently investigating exactly how their defensive nets are being bypassed. The list of suspects capable of running a shadow operation this sophisticated is incredibly short. The profiles point toward the state intelligence apparatuses of rival powers like Russia, China, or Iran. But uncovering the truth carries a terrifying diplomatic risk. If upcoming US intelligence reports officially attribute these deaths to a foreign power, it legally constitutes an act of war committed on American soil. Identifying a culprit doesn't end the crisis, it acts as a tripwire. An official attribution would likely force a massive, direct response from the US government against whichever nation pulled the trigger. Global conflict is shifting away from the visible deployment of tanks and missiles. The new front lines are drawn in the shadows, where the target isn't a city, but the minds inside the laboratory. Right now, the United States is losing this war, bleeding its irreplaceable geniuses one by one, while traditional defenses fail to stop the attacks. The world's greatest minds are being erased, leaving behind one massive, terrifying question. So, who is pulling the trigger?